Hi all. Starting a bit early, later today, but I'm glad that you are still here. Um, as some of you might know, I had extreme situation with my cat Simba, and like the whole day today was very soft and smooth. I was just like whole morning watching series and lying in a bed, and then just like this occasion happened. uh, Camera, stop blinking. um, I don't know like what's wrong with the cat, but it's just like very weird situation. I never had a cat before, but I assume it's not like something common. So give me a moment, I will just translate one word because I don't know how to say it in English. Oh, really? Drool? Do you know? Like, saliva is something that I heard. But probably drool is correct. So, like, at the beginning, like, I started to notice a few days ago that she, like, has this, like, drool thing. But it was more like... Wait, maybe I'll find some funny picture. Yeah, so it was something like this. It was something like this, and I was like, no, she had a normal face, but it looked like this, like for a few days, and I was like, Simba, you are weird, but like otherwise she was like absolutely normal, and she was like always like very playful, very like had a lot of energy. She was eating well, toilet was well, everything was well. So only this, like she looked like this sometimes after her sleep, and I was like, okay, we will see. And right before a stream, I noticed, like before I was planning to like start like at 4 p.m. Central Europe time, I've noticed that in the place where she's sleeping, it's like a sea, like an ocean of water, like this drool thing. And I got very scared because it's definitely not a normal thing. And like my biggest pain for like animals and stuff is that, or my biggest fear is that like the animal is in pain and like you don't know about it. Yes, and like I like the thing that I really don't want to experience is when like the animal who can't help himself is in pain and like you just don't know it. So I just decided that this is like a good thing, just like to delay the stream and go and like to check whether it's an emergency or not. And no one knows. Like ChatGPT was saying that like these things can happen if they have something with their teeth, like some sort of like bad teeth or like pain in the mouth or something. But like doctors checked out and it's like totally fine, and everything seems to be totally fine, and no one knows what's going on. So tomorrow in the morning I will wake up so early. I can't remember last time me waking up that early, and I will go with her to take some other analysis. I hope it will be fine. Like she's she's fine. Yeah, so I'm glad, like, thank you all for joining the stream anyway, and for support and everything. I am sure that everything will be fine. I just like, I'm sure that you all understand why, like, it was delayed and stuff. But it definitely wasn't how I planned. But I hope that we will do at least something that I planned. Do you still hear me? It looked like I had some internet freeze. Why do you write code? Why AI writes it? We will lose our jobs. Well, I'm sure that in every generation you have a situation when person is afraid to lose a job. I'm sure that like humanity will handle it somehow. I'm not that positive, honestly, but like, what can we do? Cat well-being more important than stream. Totally agree. Like, we will see. Like, it's unfortunately that they couldn't take the analysis because it has to be on the empty stomach. Yeah, but yeah, that will be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. So for today, yeah, Roop, yeah, my cat was drooling. I don't know, like, I just noticed the messages from the chat. I don't know how old they are. But, so, I plan to make today one thing. Just let me recheck what was made on the previous stream, because, again, I had too much of things on the work. So, Anthrax AI has to be shifted from my attention for a while. Star Wars, probably this scene. I haven't found any time to solve the modal issue, but I will definitely find it sometime. But today we will do just a bit different things. So for now we have a plane, so this is a good news. We have two groups of the different models, animation of the models. It seems to work correctly. I will just recheck whether the scene matches, because maybe we don't have some other group. One group, second group. Yeah, seems to be correct. So this something works. And I think that, yeah, we just like accomplished some things during the last week. And now I can write something more interesting, finally. If it's not broken in so many other places. Let's see. Cube maps, they still work, so this is nice. We can do then some beautiful star scene, like star cosmic thing. Yeah, but this is for future things. We can still move objects. Yes, there were a thing that when I'm selecting, it is taking a different animation. Maybe I can also look into this, because it's weird, right? Shouldn't be, it might be confusing. This one is fine, so it's just mismatch or something. Yeah, so this will be first bug I will fix, and then I will do something fun. Anthropic. In 3-6 months, all code will be written by AI. Everything can be rebuilt in a weekend. Also, Anthropic buys an open source project with the developers and hires even more developers. Anthropic is some company? Yeah, well, like this company is making AI, so I assume that they need some developers for this AI, no? Like, it makes sense. You plan to make an app work with multiple windows? Any advice? Yeah, like if you want to have like multi viewports of your scene, then you should take a look into Vulkan multi-view extension. It's very cool. I've tested recently on reflections, like environment mapping thing. And it allows you to render simultaneously into different viewports. So for example, in terms of cube maps, it's just like it renders into this like cube map faces simultaneously, and it's also providing viewport ID, so you can in your shader, for example, grab and needed like matrices and stuff. Very convenient and fast and cool. Also, I've learned from Gabe that ImGUI has not main branch. It's probably, if I'm not mistaken, it's called ImGUI docking, and you can check. It's very good maintained and it looks absolutely awesome. It has absolutely sexy features of moving windows and like realigning them. So this is very cool. Hi to Mexico. I don't have like particular thoughts for now about multiplayer support, because the engine is very, very let's say in early development and it barely works on other devices. So like first I would probably if I will do something serious, I would think about providing a proper support for different platforms and devices, and maybe somewhere like after this, maybe multiplayer playing support, but not necessary. Hi, El Papi Needless. I minus, I think that not you gonna catch a mouse, but your cat. At least I hope. I hope you also guys doing great. How are you, by the way? Because I haven't even asked. I was too like weird evening. But I'm glad that everything went smooth and fast and no like unexpected emergency alarm things. Yeah, I also saw that Jonathan Blow will open source its engine, so it's definitely absolutely curious. I've seen some interview with him recorded recently, and where he was showing the game, and like it looks absolutely beautiful, like totally beautiful. If I would make a game, I wish it was also styled like this. Very beautiful. I really like this art. yeah, you can use multi-view for rendering into cube maps, and I assume it can be used for anything. Like you can have like layered image, yeah. Like cube map is basically layered image, but it's just like specific type, so for specific sampling. But you can have like just image with the layers. Like it would be very interesting. Like in my one of the project that I work, I've done shadows CSM with the layers, and like for the cascades, and like I was not thinking that maybe multi-view can be used there too, and maybe there will be a speed up, but don't know, haven't checked. Are you saying everybody you communicate with? I use Arch, by the way. No, it's like kinda, I don't know, like last time I used this like meme, this phrase was 3 years ago, and like I don't know, like I think that in some point of your life when you start to use Arch Linux, it's like alright to use this phrase, but then you reach the point when like not that it's not funny anymore, it's like just Arch Linux becomes like your air, you know, like you're breathing with it, and like you don't have to state, like it is not a statement that, like you don't say hi, I am breathing oxygen, you know, like hi all who joined, thank you for being here, even though it's like, yeah, just weird evening. So let's see, I already don't much remember how I am doing this selecting is happening by the ID, and then I'm taking the mesh, and for some reason it's taking not correct animation. Maybe because mask is using different rendering approaches, and of course mask is also working like the skybox. It's taking the index from the initial buffer of the vertices, which is not passed through the compute skinning. I guess maybe shouldn't be like this. We will see. So, what was? How are you doing? How is weather in your place? Is it very cold or is it fine? I heard like I saw like messages about Afghanistan, that they have so much snow now, and I wasn't expecting that there can be even snowy that much. I saw messages about USA. Struggling snow and thunders with snow. Like I'm just hope that the place where you are, it's all right. How mask is rendered? Nice. Pipeline mask model. Interesting. So it's taking instance index and probably it is reset, so the index will be 0. And how you think this should work? I see. So I'm iterating over the whole render key. I thought, but need to recheck something too. -35 outside. No way. This must be very cold. I think that like this cold I experienced only in Siberia when I was in the winter there. But it felt different. I was actually surprised that like -35 felt not that cold there. So different climate, I guess. Oh wow, -25. Simba! Poor cat was super stressed today. My eyes also stressed probably. Simba! I think she's mad on me. She doesn't like to go outside. It's very interesting, very interesting code I write sometimes. And I'm taking skinning out. Okay, interesting. And I'm taking by the model ID. So like basically it should work correctly. So I'm not even using the wrong things, right? What is this output vertex thing? Weird. Maybe I can try to use something else like skinned vertex because I'm still iterating over things. Nope. Funny thing, and this is also important to be increased because I wrote such a stupid code. And what we will have with this? So wrong. I hate this code. It's not indirect drawing, so I don't care. I only care about the situation that I'm binding vertex buffer and I bind index buffer. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, I think it will be fine if I will just try this thing and then we will see. No, first I will do this skinning iterator also 0 and we will try to build it and see whether everything stayed the same. Yeah, I'm going to be careful. Hi Kayal, how are you? Oh, Arda A226, I don't write tests, like not for this project, because it's like project where I increase the potential of my cheat code abilities, and like no tests here. And I guess like in my practice I haven't seen like graphics related. There is no that thing like unit tests. I think maybe I haven't seen well. Maybe something like this exists, but with graphics, depends. Like in my experience, you usually have like some test scenes for like features, like for example that you are working on, and the scene has to be very good in terms of the conditions that you want to like test and or implement. And basically you just launch this test scene and you benchmark, you analyze, you test, something like this. Oh, okay, I'll get well soon. Simba is fine. Like I already like told about it in the beginning, so now will be fast. So she had lots of drool. She was drooling, and right before I was starting to do this stream today, I wanted like to do it like at 4 p.m. She was drooling like very much, and I got a bit scared because I don't know, it just looked weird. So I took her to the doctor, and like on the first sign there is no like things that can cause it, so we will just go tomorrow in the morning to do the analysis. But now she's fine, like she's safe, and like it is, I guess, the most important thing, because yeah, she's just like Simba, like nothing is happening. But yeah, like I guess since like I'm sometimes like I have this anxiety and I'm nervous, it's like just very important to hear like from some other like opinion that she's safe and I can do things that I plan to do. You can do image comparison in tests? What do you mean? Like making screenshots and compare it? This is also true. And if you are talking about some better things, like some algorithms that could compare image, I don't know. I never met this thing. You think that I need to take some vitamin D? I'm actually taking vitamin D for a month already, so I think I'm fine. Like, I'm not seeing sun a lot lately, but I minus, you did it what way? Like with some algorithms or just like visual comparison? I don't know, like the point of my streams is, I guess, pretty much simple. We talk, we discuss. I actually prepared, even like during the week I prepared some new polls and like just like communication, I think, and I don't know, I'm just coding, sharing it, people sharing their things, just chilling. Chilling. And it's like very nice thing, because with the streams I met so many people, and it's so cool that they continue to participate in this like evening activity, and it's very cool. So yeah, maybe one day, if I will work on my game, I will stream actually something interesting and cool, and we will do tests together. But for now it's just like random, I don't know. Okay, it's not broken, so we can go and do other things. My render is deferred. Dog person or cat person? Well, this is fine. I will write it down, because again I have something else prepared. We will check it and then we'll see. So where it was? My notes are, yeah, okay. I know that I need to make better gizmo thing, and like moving at some rotation better and stuff. It's just like I suffered too much with implementing it, writing it, so I guess I will come back to it when I will start to do new iteration of the engine. I have Arda A226. I have no idea how to test by code whether like the models look correctly and stuff. Like, I mean, it's just much simpler just to run the app, see the demo scene, and check whether like everything is how it should be. I don't know, like it feels very natural. Can you do mock interview for developers on stream? What is mock interview? If I knew what it is. Mock interview. What is this? Mock interview is an emulation of a job interview used for training purposes. Okay, and like mock interview for developers on stream. Like, you mean me to perform as an employer who owns AAA company, or you want me to perform as I performed on interviews, talking to the AAA owners, no, not owners, but technical leads and stuff. Because if it's second, then I will not. It's too much of embarrassment is hidden in these memories of my past. You wanna to mock you? Okay, let's do this. Actually, like, I had few of the interviews, and one was better than another, and it's very curious what people ask there. So, but I will tell you the thing, they never ask about, they never asked about my degree of like education. Never, ever. Rockstar, Ubisoft, what else? Wargaming. No one asked it. So also, yeah. Learn to we had a correct image and compared it to the screenshot with a program that measured the difference between them and gave score on likeness. Yeah, I managed this fine. Yeah, actually, this can be used definitely. Yeah, I'm working in a company right now. Learn programming. Where how would you prefer to learn programming? Your university. So where is this? Okay, let's go, Paul. Vote, guys. Yeah, Ubisoft and Rockstar, but it was like 2 years ago, I guess. So maybe two and a half years, yeah, something like this. I was just like, I wanted just to have more, not experience, but understanding what actually can like happen on different interviews and stuff. And I learned a lot. I had one interview where I was for I will not say where because I guess it's not professional. For 2.5 hours, I was just like they were smashing me, and I was washed in my knowledge leaks, and I was like for 2.5 hours, it was continuous stress, and I was feeling like I am like a small bug with no absolutely understanding about programming and computers, like graphics and stuff. And I remember that after this interview, in the interview, like the interviewers and like the questions and stuff, they were totally fair. They were absolutely polite and everything. Like it just was me absolutely finding myself in a very new place. And of course, I cried for a while after this. I was like a bit sad and stuff, feeling like an empty space. But after I processed this like pain, not long time after this, I've decided to do YouTube and boost my development, like and program more, to write engine from scratch, to learn more, talk to people who know more and stuff. So it was definitely a very, very good driving point, I think, for this channel to happen. Maria, what is the best game engine in the world? Interview Unreal Engine. Maria, you're fired. Well, this sort of the questions we will not talk about it here. I think that if I had a power to fire people, then it would. I noticed that with like ages and like, let's call it something what I have, let's call it experience, that like I'm getting more not precise, more. It's like, I think it's not easy to work with me. I think that industry experience, like internship, goes very well with the university or with a self-taught. It just depends. As far as I know, like in Europe at least, from what I saw, it's much easier to get an internship if you are a student. Like they basically have programs for students, and like I guess it's like much more harder to do if you are just like some random guy. Lucas, I don't know. I hated math when I was at school, and then I started to learn it with a tutor, like on my spare time, and of course it like goes much smoother because I have like some sort of the motivation and understanding why I need it, but I can't say that I started to love it. It's like, it's still complicated. Mathematics is complicated. I for now I can't say where I work. Like it's just a secret before a big announcement. And oh gosh, every time I think about it, because it's like going to happen at the end of February, I am getting like a lot of anxiety because I already like there's a huge mystery around my current working place, and lots of work is dependent on my work. So if everything like will go badly, then we all know who is responsible for it, but somehow I will manage it. In the worst case scenario, I will just lock myself in a room. I will lie in a bed looking at the seal and don't talk to anyone for a month, and then I will be all right again. School 21 was absolutely perfect for me 5 years ago approximately. I don't know how it is now. I don't talk to anyone who would study there, or to the people who are somehow involved to this. I have no clue how they perform right now. But 5 years ago it was totally great, because for a year I was just learning C language, and it was such a great thing to start with, because like if not this, I don't know how would my path go and my life end up. Right now I'm working on an engine here. It's complicated because it can do almost nothing, but I learned a lot about GPU-driven techniques, and it's like not something that you can actually see, but I was working a lot on the performance and animations, and I think that I reached very good numbers in how many of unique animations I can render with how much cost, and it's very cool. I'm very happy, so we will see. Like hopefully, like in February I'm planning to take my desktop PC, and probably I will make a video about all this process, and soon start to work on another iteration of the engine, because I grew up a lot since I was working on this project, and it's kind of out of date with my current like experience and feelings about code. Well, I don't know, Kayal. I saw a lot of like unis in Europe that. Oi. The tunnel was foul. So I saw a lot of universities in Europe where people actually code, like that, so much of code. My like biggest surprise was when I I was visiting game engine conference, and it was happening in Breda University in Netherlands. And oh gosh, this is such a cool tech university. I think that like guys who study there, they like actually do a lot of coding and they know so many things, and I think like they are actually like prepared to the like market needs. I don't know, I never met anything like this, and I'm sure that there are like lots of universities like that where people are writing their engines and doing some cool features with graphics during the studies. So I don't write video drivers yet, but it is one of my not fulfilled wishes, dreams. And I think that one day when I will get over engines, I will just start to write drivers for Linux phones or something like that. If I will be capable, of course, because haven't touched this place for a while. I don't like AI in general. On my work, I use it sometimes in order to speed up some tasks. And like when I just know that I have, let's say, to write similar pieces of the code and with some like modifications, and like I just ask to do these modifications in order to speed up the task. But like I'm asking about like very small things like polishing of the code, I don't know, like something like that. But when I'm doing something for my own, like now, I just the best person who I can talk about my work, about my thoughts, are people I respect, who have a very big amount of experience, and I know that I can trust them, my struggle, my thoughts, my ideas, or I can of course always talk to myself. And sometimes I'm very interesting person to talk to. And yeah, I just like find in these moments much more price, much more thing. I don't know, like I just don't know. I feel weird about my ideas, my thoughts being processed by a huge data center, analyzed and stuff, saved maybe. Don't know, just doesn't seem right. Lucas, we will wait. I don't think that anyone can run my engine on Mac because I never supported it, never tried to support, and never will support. Maybe you have some emulators on Mac, but I don't know, I have no clue. Do you do functional programming in C++ using Lambda? Yes. Lambdas I do use, but I mean, I just can't call it like functional programming in terms of how I think like actual functional programming works. It's still like very OOP based, and like the lambdas, I never thought that it is like something related to the functional programming. Maybe I am just dumb and I don't know it. The IDE is NVChat, so you can Google it, and it's just like you can download it and you will have the same code editor. No, I never wish to write in Rust. I don't like the syntax. From scratch in Rust now. Oh, it's this project is from scratch. Hi Ricardo, Simba is fine. She looked good, like no emergencies, no alarms, just like no one for now knows what is wrong with her. So in the morning tomorrow we will go to do some analysis. And like I'm sure that everything will be fine. The clinic seems to be very good, but it's just for some reason I know it's just like I hate thinking about waking up that early because I don't usually do this, but it will be fine, I think. Oh, this is so wrong. So bad code. Let's see. Maybe. Oi. I checked Soding. Cool guy. Smart guy. Finally. Why do you use Linux instead of Windows for game development? Do you test your engine on the Windows too? Well, first, when I started this project, of course, I thought that I will support cross-platform, but then I just, because I don't have a much amount of time, I just forgot about the existence of Windows. It's just like everything is so much easier on Linux, and when you start especially program on Linux, returning back to Windows is like, I don't know, returning to your ex that you hate, that gave you so much pain and troubles, and for some reason you have to spend time with it. So how do you handle unknown behavior of C++? Well, I mean, you mean undefined behavior? Like, I don't remember having this kind of like exception. Like, I don't know if there is exception for this, but like you just have some things that can lead to undefined behavior, and usually you just, like, I learned about them by like experience and practice, so when I know something that can lead to undefined behavior, I'm just not like doing this. Right now, I can't imagine some good example. Division by zero. Like I was thinking about this, but I wasn't like, for some reason I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say something stupid. But like division of zero is like the most, I guess, easy example. You just check whether the value is bigger than zero. And like, for example, with also null pointers can happen, but like you also check whether the object is not null. Simba is 6 years old. I'm waking up usually at like 9, I guess. 9, 10, depends. But now I will have to wake up on like at 7. Maybe even earlier than 7. Why Nightbot is deleting your message? Oi, not nice. Yeah, I'm employed as engine engineer. Still when I'm saying it out loud, I can't believe that it's true. Especially when we look at Anthrax AI source code. But like, you just have to trust me. I code on the work much better than here. But it's also cool because here I'm not getting paid for it. The only responsibility is my good name and I don't know, good feeling afterwards. But like I always have a good feeling after stream because we are talking, having fun and stuff. Yeah, with C++ and Vulkan. Yay, everything works now. See if I can still select, guys. No, I can't. I can select. They are selected. No, not correctly. Wrong animations. Why so? Why I can't select them now properly? I know why. Yes. Just a test. What is ink? Variables. Not current buffer. What? Instance index is not. This is weird. Why it works? Shouldn't work this way. Weird. Is it hard? How much do you code per day? Are expectations from you big? Yeah, I think yes. I can't say anything right now, it's a secret, but at the end of February it will be hopefully announced, so I will tell more. And you can join Discord or Telegram, depends on your language preferences, to be updated. And yeah, I guess it's hard. I think that the most hard part is that I still have this newbie feelings, newbie feelings in profession. I hope that it will be over when I will be more experienced and older, because for now, each time I'm working on some task, I have the feeling that it's like fucking end of the world. I need to make everything quickly, everything correct. If it's not working, if it's taking much more time, I'm always very stressed about it. I guess this is the most annoying part, that I can't be chilled and relaxed. And I think that I have it's something that I noticed since my teenage years, but I think I have some problems with work-life balance and work-life relationships, because I just can't take my job as just a job. And for example, sometimes it happens very often that I end my 8-hour day, and if I feel that I've done not that good, not that much as I should, I can overwork, and of course I won't charge anyone for this. It will be my overtime on the work without my employers needing to pay me, and it's just my thing, problem, and it's generally something that I guess is more for my psychology sessions thing. But I don't know, since I'm not doing anything with this, I kind of probably even enjoy it. So usually I code 8 hours for sure, from Monday to Friday, and sometimes more. My maximum was, it didn't happen on this work, it was at Egosoft when I was working. Once I was working for 13 hours and I wasn't all right. But yeah. Vulkan, yeah, it's just why Vulkan? It was probably, yes, my favorite answer, it's first love, you don't choose it. But I wanted, when I was just at the beginning and I didn't know about 3D programming, or I wasn't somehow advanced in understanding of all these computer science things. My only one wish was to learn how computer works, and pixels in particular, and I was checking many things retro PC assembly, direct video memory access, struggling with the drivers. I was actually concerned that if I will write my video driver, I will finally be fulfilled in this term. And when I was in this moment, one guy heard my story and said that I need to write my own Vulkan, and this is the first time when I heard about Vulkan, not in terms of games, which I still didn't, back then I didn't understand what is actually Vulkan, but I know that it is connected to the games. So I started to research, and I realized that wow, this is something that I definitely have to check out, because it is so close to how drivers, or I thought, work, and it will definitely help me in my journey. And it was 3.5 years ago, so I'm still learning Qualcomm. No drivers happened. Hi all who joined, thank you for being here. I don't think that software development is actually that male dominated now. Even though I tried to go to Woman in IT meetup in September or something, or in August, and there no one coded, but still there are women, I know that. Yeah, I had a lot of problems with imposter syndrome. I still have, definitely, but I guess it got very much better since YouTube, since like much more people who one or another way are involved into game development give their feedback, and it's very cool. It's very helping to get into some reality check thing, and also of course psychology sessions helped a lot, and I thanks to them I've learned how to more or less realistically analyze my work, what I'm doing, what are the results, and somehow have more proper evaluation of it. And it helps a lot, because like two years ago I used to cry and struggle so much more. I was hating myself so much. Oh my god, I hope it will never happen again. I don't know. I don't think I know C++. I'm very bad in it, and mostly I am like I've learned C language, and I was doing it on purpose. I had some like resources, videos, lessons about C language, lots of training tasks. I was doing writing my own standard C library and stuff, but with the C++ it was more not fluent, more like a flow, because I don't know, just like I was for a very long time I was writing in C++ like C style, but with STL library, and yeah, and like this was it. And after I started to look more how people are writing their engines and stuff, learning about C++ from reading others' code and trying to implement it also by myself, and I'm still doing this. And of course, probably if I would take some course and stuff and dedicate like some proper amount of time to it, I would be better. But like it just like the program works and it's great. So unfortunately I don't have anything specific in C++, which I could tell you, but maybe someone in chat can say. Oh, rate my knowledge of C++ from 0 to 100. Well, I guess maybe 15%, because I assume like there are so many things in modern C++ that I probably will never touch. And if we will say that C++ is all the standards that exist, then like probably like 15%. Hi all who joined. Hope you are doing great. Didn't expect that so many people will connect since the stream was delayed. If you are new here, please join the Discord and Telegram, depending on your language preferences. why this is not working again? The only thing that I can do with the stream elements is sing out and sing in and reset session data, and I did everything and like it still doesn't work. Feels like the last update was 5 hours ago, but I don't believe that no one subscribed here. Don't believe. Assertion. No. Why? Draw mesh. 2 7 5. Okay, probably nothing will happen if I will do this. Let's see. Build. Light happens anyway. Yeah, I think like it's just like I don't actually maybe it's wrong, but I'm not like that much of an issue of me not being perfect in C++, even though I think it's like the best language. Just like I'm super glad that I'm on the level when I can make such projects, even now like there is like only spaghetti code, but I know that like in the future I will just make it better and better and all this stuff. And I don't know, I just always felt that the possibility to use a tool that is provided to you, like a programming language, and the possibility and ability of using it is much more important than how many features of the language do you know and stuff. Because like C++ is perfect in terms that you can write however you feel you should write it, and if you want to write it C-like, then no one will blame you until like the thing that you are writing is working, which we can say of course about Contracts AI, but still. Yeah, I think I'm starting to understand what might go wrong. We have a different rendering piece, and this might be an issue probably. Let's see. Before it worked at least somehow, right? Now I understand. Why it can be by the model ID thing? Because the instance syntax is wrong, or probably yes. Yes, I guess I see. Because they are instanced? No, it doesn't matter. Shouldn't matter. Oi, you had an ugly ugly terminal Windows. Oh, how long did it take from initial learning phase to being employable? In my case, like when I was 20, I started to learn. When I was 20 or 21, even 21, I started to learn C language, and I guess from this point, like actually, some like progress in skills and programming started to occur in my life. And in 23 I got an internship at Egosoft, and then I like passed this like test period and I got a job there. But I guess like my case was very unique because they actually took me with like no knowledges. I had no experience in 3D graphics, and my only like engines projects that I had were like some 2D engines and Doom-like engines. And I just like said that like this is the only thing I really want to do in my life, and I guess they somehow gave me a chance, which I think it's like very rare like thing in engine development market, because it's very rare that like company can afford this, and I think that like doesn't happen usually in AAA companies. Like it's I guess complicated. Doom-like, no, it's like pseudo 3D. If you will check how Wolfenstein 3D were made, and like Doom, first Doom, it's like a 3D space, but it's not. It's like 2D space, but simulated, that you feel like you are going through this like rooms, corridors. Yeah, and I wrote several of them. And also like I mean I think that this like meant nothing actually. The only reason why they gave me this opportunity was because like they had this chance, like they had this like room for a person like this, like I was, and like I probably said something like the motivation speech were made from my side. Hi, right now I'm fixing one small bug that happens in my engine when now I have I think like the most proper thing is to just give the correct render key. But here is a thing that it will take this map. Maybe it's not bad. Where's the skinning thing? Skinning. It's a different thing. Not nice. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't have even this. Lights. Okay, not nice. So it can be done this way. So no outline will happen to the mouse, to the lights. This is set. Let's build again and check more. No, it didn't happen. The Star Wars model. It's too complicated and I have no clue what's happening there. So I either will wait for like me having time to discuss it with my friend who is involved into 3D modeling, or I don't know what I will do. Hi, Chica69. What do you mean custom visualizer? I don't understand what it can be. Well, like, of course, I think that writing your own Doom-like engine is very good task, especially for if you're like beginning with programming and graphics. And I guess it's like, I don't know, like I think that it is a good tone to, if you're a rendering engineer, to have done this project at least once in your life. I think it's like, it tells a lot. Like, for example, if I would think, I mean, like, I think it tells a lot if you are into like graphics and stuff. So now it works. So this is good. So like my buffer contains this thing and it is nice. And like the only thing I need to understand is why we have wrong IDs, yeah? So it happens everywhere. especially for the same models. Nice. So this is let's see, helping point. Okay, let's see, probably in render doc, and then I will do a small pause because yeah. How I'm actually providing this model ID thing. Yeah, because it's the same. It's the same thing. So need to think it. My week was fine, lots of work, but successfully. I'm very glad. Today was a bit not stress. It's like I was scared for a while, like because of my cat. She's not feeling good, and like I had to take her to the veterinary station. I think it's how we say it in English. But they also like don't know exactly what is happening to her, but like she's now fine and like safe and everything is good. So it just like was a bit like stressful to go there again, leave money and stuff, everything like this all the time. But I hope that soon we will find out. I never actually done game hacking, but always curious about it. Let's say if I find something interesting on YouTube about this or some like news, I'm always curious. Hi Lucas. So still need to rethink, still don't know what to do, how to take the correct model. Again, maybe I will find out soon. Oh yeah, no, like this, yes, and we will try to so now that will take the skinning buffer, and the only thing I need to rework is this ugly part, very ugly part. Why it's so stupid. Let's make it else if. Does it happen to you too that sometimes you write if else instead of else if? Sometimes I experience it. It will be a test, so now we will write it ugly, in ugly way. And module get skinning Turkey. Still somehow doesn't seem to be right. I will iterate over this like skinning render key, and then just like has so many of the, yeah, I guess it can work. So in theory, this ugly code should work. Yeah, it's very ugly. But all of this must be absolutely rewritten and buried, and no one, only my GitHub commits will know it. But yeah. Well, Yeah, it's totally fair that like there is not that much of the jobs engine related, but well, anyway, self-taught is winning, even though like 25% voting for the university is cool, interesting. If you want to know my opinion, I think that schools are prisons, so only suffering, only self-taught, self-teaching, can I say so? Rook, bye, have a great night. Sleep, rest well. No, absolutely nothing is happening. Even Gizmo is not rendered. What happened? Why Gizmo? Oh, Gizmo is absolutely odd. Oi, oi, oi. Broken. Why? Street smart here. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm glad that you all noticed. Razor High Simba is fine. Like fine in terms of how she's doing now. Like nothing is probably like very alarming or emergent. So in the morning tomorrow I'll go again with her to the vet and we will take some analysis, because still like no one, like we don't know what is with her. I think I will make a break. We'll check up the cat. So again, don't go anywhere. Thank you for finding your way here, and camera stop blinking, I don't know. So see you in 5 or like 10 minutes or something. Wait, yeah, now see you. Hi all, I'm back. So the issue haven't magically solved. So I will probably don't know what I will do. What new things are you studying right now? Which directions is your vector of interest pointing in? Well, like generally it's GPU driven things, like the techniques of the efficient rendering by using powers of our multi-parallel GPUs, and like it was one of the topics I was very involved for last months. I've implemented indirect drawing. I moved animation of the bones transforms into the compute shader. I also implemented compute skinning, which is a pain in the ass still, and it's very like when the renderer code is so bad, it's very hard to extend this kind of things. Now I know it. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, now last week I also was reading some articles about general like engine architecturing, how to make nice and scalable project, because this is something that this project was missing. And yeah, something like this. So I'm just like, now I will probably read even more about this, watch more examples of different engines, because it's like not that simple to develop a good engine, of course. My last thoughts are into the direction of proper multi-threading on the CPU, and of course moving as much as I can on the GPU part. And I'm curious about custom memory like allocators. This is also where I'm looking at the moment, and probably integration of ECS, yes, to the engine, also multi-threaded, and have like absolutely convenient framework for like adding some objects to the scene, running their tasks, storing correctly indices of like meshes materials, and also gathering it for like independently in render thread for like future rendering, like batching, and also efficient work with the resources. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but I have like I'm developing a proper picture of how I want this engine to look like in the future, but still like until it's not like written somewhere, it's like probably hard to describe. Simba, like she's now sleeping, and like she looks very she doesn't look good. I mean, she looks like, I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe like I'm just now overreacting, and probably she just was very stressed in the veterinary and now she's resting and like she's without like energy. But I don't know, like she looks to me very, very like small and like so fragile, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening to her. I don't know if she's in pain or if she's suffering, and like I don't like this like thoughts. But then I'm like thinking about the visit to the veterinary where the doctor saw her. He measured the temperature. She's all right. So like probably nothing like nothing like bad is happening. Hopefully, so hopefully we will just somehow get it till the morning. I will get it till the morning. I might have slowdowns because I don't feel cache lines in a nice way. You mean about ECS? Yeah, I checked it, but like, I don't know. I mean, how can I improve it? How can I prevent it from happening? Or it's not for me. Zeppelins, I never looked into ray tracing, and I think I will never do this. I think that there are much more interesting way to use powers of the GPU, and I don't find like ray tracing personally interesting. Well, I know that people like different people have different opinions about that, but I think that there is no need to start with an older graphics APIs, because Vulkan or DirectX 12, they work a bit differently from the previous versions, and in my personal opinion it's just a waste of time. Of course, like you will catch some like general rendering principles, but the APIs themselves, they are so like overwhelming and require so much time, and it's just I think it's just not a like I think it's a waste of time. Probably start directly with a modern API if you want to be an ancient developer. If you are interested in graphics, for example, graphics like features and things like lights, shadows, blah blah blah, then I guess OpenGL is totally fine, because like why would you struggle with setting up Vulkan and correctly if you just want to write like shaders, or then like increase this like a part of the development. Oh, the comment was not for me. Okay, then forget it. Yeah, this is nice. I will be glad for anything related ECS. But now I need to understand why the thing is not working as I want it to work. Again, I'm passing correct buffer. Yes. Passing correct buffer. Probably with the correct things. Okay, yeah, let's see. Render doc is probably the main helper here. Hi all who joined. depends on where you will go with Vulkan, but I think that it's like just not you will not escape from learning at least something about GPU, especially if you will work with the compute shaders. So it just will happen with your journey. So render dock window. So how are you guys doing? Oi, mask is not even starting to render. It explains a lot, I think. But where the ugly thing is coming from? Outline, I guess. No, not no outline. So it's Gizmo. Gizmo is broken now. Fool. Why? What is how Gizmo is rendered? It doesn't have here anything. How do I render Gizmo? It has its rendering module, and what's wrong? How it's even possible to do something like this? And what? Let's check this one. Oi. Kirill, hi. So complicated. Again, this triggering. If for your information, I'm waiting for the engine to recompile. I don't get why it's so broken. probably the instance index is broken. Instance register. I wish I knew who you are. I haven't built this particular software. Right now you are looking into RenderDoc. It's open source frame debugger for graphics and stuff. Why the camera is doing this all the time? I think it should be very annoying. Okay, whatever I did didn't help. But why mask is not working properly? It's definitely being selected, but why it's not being rendered? Very weird. Huh. Okay, so at least this is done. Okay, so and the plane is not working. Makes sense. And this is also the incorrect animation. Okay, so for some reason this is the issue. Maybe there is actually an empty Render qui. Weird. Wait, I need to rebuild it. Okay. Aha, it's 0. Wow. Wait, this should be 0, right? No, shouldn't be. Why it's 0 then? Oh, yeah. I see. Oh my god. So this is in general shouldn't work like this. Why? Why this statement is doing this? Oh, I see now. Starting to understand. Selected. I am not using SGL, and maybe this was one of the biggest mistake, because I have some, like I was using Win32 for Windows window management and XCB for Linux X11, but my XCB implementation doesn't cover different, like, you know, not platforms on Linux, but just like on my TVM, for example, resize of the window works, but on Ubuntu it doesn't, and I still like haven't solved it. And maybe with the SGL it would be much smoother and easier. Oh fuck, I know now what will be an issue. What? No way. No way. I'm doomed. It won't be possible to make it this way. Okay, then another thought. Another thoughts. What else was changed? Here fine, here it's fine. I'm hungry. So it would be nice to have still working outline for animations. Now I am in this moment, you know, when you have experienced the lost, you have to pass the stages. Now I am like, I accept it already. No, wait. I'm now trying to trade. I'm trying to trade and say, like, maybe I don't actually need outline working for skinned animation, but it would be nice. It would be nice. So let's think. Inconvenient, but actually, I'm so impulsive. I know how to write another like bug to solve this bug, but I'm impulsive. It's not good quality for a programmer. I can do this. I'll do this much better. Not here, but differently. Just not to lose anything else which was important. This is nice. What else? Why I'm not best scaling? Why scale is commented? Wait. Weird. It's now not. Weird. Yeah, the code editor is NVChat. Special form 66855. I'm not tired of programming. It's for me like breathing an air, and like it's just like generally I don't know what I else can do fun in life except of programming. If I wouldn't be covered in human form, then I wouldn't care that it's like sitting for many hours per day in front of the computer, but I'm covered in human form, so I have to also deal with it. So I'm trying to include at least 20 minutes exercise every morning, and it makes me feel better. I'm not sure how much helpful it is, but I guess it's still better than nothing. I don't have buckwheat. I ate everything. But I have a bowl with the salmon, so I will eat it soon, I guess. So okay, this is solved. For some reason the highlight is that, so let's try to reopen, and now it looks better. So this is fine, and we only need to take this part of the code, see where we are doing this threaded render key iteration. For what? How I won't work with this? Oh yeah, fine. NPC is already here. Scaling Q. And here I also do like this. This thing. can do this. This bug will not be fixed by another bug like this. If I won't be that in a weird mood today, then probably I would see it earlier. So no, it has to be done somehow differently. Why it has to be so complicated? Why it's always so complicated with this project? Maybe because of the outer. I actually don't like McFish. I never tried VHDL or Verilog. I'm not from this like part of development. I never used like to check it out. But like I saw some videos and just like have some like very high level understanding for why it is used for what it is used for, but never tried it. Penguin operator high. So just will check now if it works, and then I will just go for 1 second to check out Simba, because I have this like on the background anxiety cat thing, cat owner thing. Cat owners will understand. Okay, so I assume that the situation now will be the same as it was since I left on this topic. Yes. Okay, good. So just 1 second, I will be back. Everything is good, so I have no I have no excuses to not to look into this. Okay, let's see again how I can otherwise rework this absolutely not scalable piece of code. Not scalable, not changeable, because whenever I touch anything, everything is like just dying. It's like a domino, you know, one piece and like everything is falling. Can I somehow smartly retrieve? Still nothing bright came into my mind. Yeah, Kayal, I'm super sure that she will be fine. Just like in 6 years, I think in 5 years definitely nothing like happened to her, so. The bug, oh, this is like, I will show. I rather show than explain. And it's complicated to solve due to my large buffer setup because of the compute skinning. So basically how now I provide the information, like I have several buffers. One of them contains unique models that exist or can exist in the scene, like cube, storm shooter, monkey, plane, sky, yeah, everything. And in order like to render one particular object, I am mapping the IDs for like unique objects in the scene, and I'm rendering it once. Oh, I'm explaining it so badly. Anyway, the situation is you have the same object with different animations, and it's all processed in compute shaders, and the final buffer is being rendered in indirect rendering call. But when I have some different pipelines like skybox or outline, I'm using a bit different pipelines, and I'm retrieving the correct vertex offset for my huge vertex buffer by like some stupid mapping of indexes and indices. And how I implemented it each time is showing me how badly I done it, because now, for example, when I render correctly all the buffer with animations and stuff, different animations. But when I want to render outline, I need to grab correctly the the rendering matrix correct like part of the buffer, and now there is a mismatch because my mapped indices are referring to the unique model, this storm shooter, and they are living in a world where no animation exists. I don't know, like I tried, but it is very bad. Need to think. Hi to Venezuela. High level problem, don't know. Feels more low level, don't know. Just not that hard, not that easy to cover with some other bug. And this is like probably the issue. So the thing is that I actually need to do is first, well, no, fuck. How this is happening, final mapped. Okay, and final vertex offset is happening how? Like, should it be correct? I mean, it should refer to the correct. So the purpose of this thing was exactly for such situations. But the mismatch happens because the model IDs are weird. Because they are the same, probably. Yes, since they are the same, since it's the one, like the same model, the ID isn't unique. ID refers to this exact model. So let's say it's 5, then it will be 5, and the map is overwriting it for the, like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Now, at least, I understand why it happens. This is good, but I don't know how to fix it. And let's see if I can somehow check whether we can do something with this model ID. I think we can't. And it will be referring to the same pointer of the mesh. It's so stupid. What to do? Hi, all who joined. Yeah, like outline pipeline is consuming wrong index because, like, I have a pointer for a model, yes, for a mesh of Stormtrooper, which is like the same among all the rendering objects, of course, because it's the same mesh. But after the compute skinning, I have, like, in the buffer the same, like, mesh for the same Stormtrooper model, but since I have two different animations there, yes, they are like the final, like, skinning buffer is different, yes, for these two same meshes because they have different animations, but the ID is still pointing to the same mesh, and it's always, like, pointing to one particular animation independently from how many of instance we have. No. Why it can't be fixed with some bug? Will I come to Lucas' podcast to present new secret project? Well, like, I definitely will be honored and happy if I would be called, but for now, like, I guess he doesn't know about this, and maybe if I will, like, have some announcement and if he will find this topic interesting, then I would be happy, of course. Hi all who joined! So, again, small pause is over. Let's think. The model ID is unique and it has to stay this way because otherwise it will be broken like as hell. And what we will do about that? There must be a way to write some bug around it. There must be a way. Have skinning render key and final map united vertex offset is pointing to the final vertex offsets of the skinning buffer, and I can check whether there exist this instance. Yes, of course I can rewrite it for a different index, but it will not solve the accessing point. I know how to solve it by a different bug. What actually is happening on these streams is that I am learning how to make my bug writing skills better. Himba, how are you? Where are you, kitten? Kitten? Like, she's walking and, like, checking out stuff, so I guess she's alright. Himba. But I think now she thinks that I'm a traitor. No, I'll say. Yeah. like that. I betrayed her. I think that you can actually do programming for all your life if you find enough of motivation and understanding why you want to do this. I can pretty much nicely imagine me being old, decent, like woman in my like 60s and doing some like streams. Still coding in C++, like on C language, but having years and years of experience. Maybe it will happen, maybe it will not. This can be probably -1. So, and now we will see if object is no spawn okay, fine. So, and I will take just some, how to say, where is also used this probably needs to be checked. Just 2 places. This is perfect. This is perfect. I can have some in TMP ether. Oh yeah. Do I need it at the end of the day? Instance. I will die if I will actually be able to rewrite it. Why? Simply. So now it will be a bit different thing, and I will also need to do this. Okay, it can work. Yeah. So Open Snake. I'm programming my engines for like 4 years, I think. Like I started from 2D engines, and I wrote few of them, and I get only like when I started to work at Egosoft, I started to learn about 3D programming and Vulkan more, and it happened like started to be happening like 3.5 years ago. I have a laptop, very low end, like IdeaPad gaming. It has some cut i7 and laptop edition for RTX 3060. So, and also just 16 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know about like I mean, AI is different for everyone, and some of the people I know, they are very happy. They are always saying how much of new opportunities it's providing them, and that their like work or learning skills improved a lot. But I don't know, like I saw a different part of it on my like different like social media, like Discord or Telegram. I saw like people who are just beginning with the programming, and I know that for like it's I'm sure that like everyone can learn how to code, and I'm like a living example. Like but it's just like not always things like AI, I guess, are used correctly, especially at the beginning of the journey, and not like the studying is complicated by itself, and I'm sure that like some of you might know it because it's like not always you just like read something and you already like know it, and it's I think a very big you have to have develop a big tool set in order to learn how to learn for use, and like in the best way possible. And sometimes people are just starting with AI and they just absolutely don't understand how compilers work, how basic code structure work, how programming work, and like I think it makes their path much harder, and like I think that many people can give up in this moment because they just see a bunch of output that is provided by AI. They don't know what to do with it. It's for some reason not compiling or not working as it should work, and like maybe after a few iterations they just lose a scheme to dive into it, and like but maybe someone won't and it will be better, but like I just saw it like this. The IDs and NV chat. So it's like I'm not placing anywhere the config for it because it's just basically NV chat plugin for Neovim, and you can type NV chat install and you will have the same thing as I do. So welcome. I'm wondering, I'm not like clearing it or something? Never? This is weird. Why I don't do this? Am I like crazy or what? I think this may lead to a bug, but wow. Interesting code I write sometimes. Okay, we will solve it afterwards. What else? Yeah, let's see. Hayal, good luck on your journey. I don't know what is RAII version of Vulkan, so I will briefly check. I guess it's some wrapper. I just hate wrappers. Yeah. Yes, I don't understand why should I have wrappers if it's like from my perspective the biggest fun is to write this Vulkan like framework with your own hands, and I guess it's like probably the most fun part in engine for me. One of the really the most interesting part for me. So I just will not give to any library or wrapper this opportunity. Well, books about programming I haven't read like much. I was more like checking out things on the internet, but I have absolutely favorite book about, I guess, computers in general and like programming mainly, but like computers also, and it's called, wait, I will check the Computer Architecture by Charles Fox. I haven't finished this book. I've started it not that long time ago, but now I'm so overwhelmed by work, so I just decided to go back to this book when I have more time. But it was like one of the best things I ever read about like computers. Very cool book, very lovely written, and I totally suggest it. I will write it in the chat. Mr. Roflol, MAOMG. Yeah, well, we will go back to the part with the loader in a few years, I promise. So we will be, how to say, will we crash? My brain gave everything to write these few lines of bug code. Yes. So this is here, guy. No. Didn't help. Why? Should help. Had to help. We will debug right now, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. What I'm seeing now, it doesn't make sense. The bug had to help. If only for some reason there is something else. No, loader as part of Vulkan driver, which basically loads your configuration and like it's setting up like the extensions, the layers and all this stuff. It's like the main like entry point for your Vulkan application, which happens behind you. No, like the book is not about Vulkan or not related to Vulkan. It's more about how the computers were evolved by with history, and how like CPU were made, like the first CPU, and like how they were evolving. And also there must be a chapter about GPU and like how GPU works and their architecture. So I assume like it's more like fundamental knowledges, I guess, which I'm leaking. Yeah, and I wanted to make a breakpoint, so we was team. Where to make it? Break, wiki renderer, CPP, RAM. Ah, no. Continue. What do you mean by it isn't a loader? No, but like, I mean, maybe, but like Vulkan loader is a thing that maps your layers, extensions and stuff like that, and providing like to the driver and stuff. That's what I said. Okay, scanning. Okay, size 3 makes sense. Print O. It's group 1. Next. 6. Good. Continue. Print all. Group 2. Next. 7. And this is plain. Yes, next. It's not spawned. And now next thing. 7. Okay. What else I need to know? Group set 1. Okay. Yeah, well, it's wrong. Has to be group. Yeah, because the object is not correct. Bug didn't work out. It's going fine, but I'm trying to write a bug which will hide or fix, rather hide another bug, but it doesn't work as I planned for now. It doesn't work. And it doesn't work because fuck, everything is all around this same mesh pointer. I am so dumb. I can't write a bug when it is all about the same. It's all about the same. I'm in some very bad loop. Very bad loop. Suggestion to probably code a bit more and then I will go sleep because not my day today. In the worst case scenario, I will find a way to make it, but this is not how it should be done. You are trying to write a hack, not a bug. My favorite part when in some like other company code there is like some code tagged with a hack, and like we all know that it's not a hack, It's like an ugly bug, like. What else Mesh can tell me? Probably nothing. Nothing. What will I do? So let's think more. Maybe I can place it somewhere in the render key, general one. So I assume that spawning, okay, but what about the spawn thing? Spawn check. Okay, I'm loading the resources, so it's like in the keeper objects they contain this information, which is good. And after that, the object is taken from the render key, which is general. Nice. This is something I can work with. And I know that well, it's so complicated. Very complicated. Oh, yeah, I'm making a renderer. I would say it's so far away from actual game engine. Like for now it feels like unsolvable puzzle, but of course there must be a way to write a proper hack. But maybe I should just check it from some different like perspective. Maybe. No, that like all everything there is like so separated, so living in different places, so how can I even like think about different angles? Oh, now it's actually broken, wrong indexing, like I'm mapping of index, because I have several different buffers which contain different vertices, and I can't find a way to correctly map it. Can't find a way. I can map it. How? What is wrong with hacker music? I don't think that this one is a hacker music. Just like some random noises. Maybe. Oh, I think I'm starting to have a feeling about proper bug for this std string. Spawn id map. Right, let's not write it spawn, but instance to probably make more sense. Instance id map. Okay. And well, where we are here, I think that I found a way to make the hack work. So if it's spawn, we will just take instance id map, we will take object spawn name, and it will be this thing. Oh god, yes. This works. And here will be connected to this thing. Yeah, probably it doesn't matter, still it goes just once. Yes. Good. Instance id map will make a trick. Oh, I'm so looking forward to when it will be rewritten. Instance id map, object, spawn name. Yes, I think we found it. Well, I think that you should consider NeoVim if you start to work with the larger projects, because you can there integrate some like tree finders and stuff. So here, for example, I have pretty similar to, I don't know, like general code editors, directories overview. I can also simply navigate through files and check what is there, find some words. And it's very convenient. Hi, I'm posting this on GitHub. The link should be in the description on the stream. Also, if you are new here, don't hesitate to join Discord server or Telegram channel if you prefer Russian language. It's open source. Don't X-Soldier 2222, don't say it. It's open source, and the link is in the description. I hope. On the GitHub. So it's open source because there is nothing to hide. My bugs are open to be reviewed. Honestly, like I'm receiving questions about frame graph not the first time, but I kind of like, I remember checking about it, but I don't really understood what exactly it is. It seems, I might be very wrong, but it seems like very similar to what I'm doing in a better universe, of course, but generally like it is, as far as I understand, it's just like having like rendering objects which are like separated from your like game entities and stuff, and you just have like this good separation, yes, between them. And as you're rendering, like frame graph is something that goes, which will be rendered only, and how it will be rendered, which with like what handle it will have and stuff like that. But maybe I'm wrong and I didn't understand it like, properly. So feel free to fix my thoughts. Okay, moment of truth. Fixed, fixed, and at least something like nice. It's fixed and everything now works smoothly. I can still select rotate things, right? Yeah. Yes, this was also something that happened a while ago. So this like precision of selection is not good, but I'm glad that the bug or hack was found. I'm from Russia originally. Maybe it's about render passes organization. I guess it's like all in common, like because you can just like render your objects without like knowing in which render pass it will be. So I guess yes. So like I think, I mean, in my opinion, it wasn't something like new to learn about, because it's kind of how all engines work, and you just like have to develop some sort of render graph. I just didn't know that it has its own name and like probably a theory behind it. It just was, in my case, it was something like very intuitive, natural to do. But I guess it has to be put in the category of like handling of entities as ECS or something. But I just didn't know that. So, no, it's not fixed. Not fixed. I know why, because it has different things here. It's not instanced. Okay. Else, if it's wrong, it shouldn't be like this. It's probably very, very wrong. But for now, we will keep it this way. So it doesn't has spawning is actually shared. It's not just right. Yeah. It's shared. Great. Then it changed the rules. I unfortunately don't know a lot about mashlets, so I will not talk about it. But I will write it as another thing to learn about because it's very interesting. Hi, I haven't seen this exact video of sorting, so I can say. Also, I never worked with mesh shaders, so I can say. Camera, don't flicker. Nice. This works. Hi all who joined. So, moment of truth. Okay. Nice, everything works. Stupid camera. Let's see it closely. This is so good. Also, yay. And this is also selectable. Outline fixed. Okay, and also let's check if I can still change the animation, because it's also pretty important functionality to have working. Yay! And it's correct. So glad. Otherwise it will be a very sad day. And let's see. I saw some weird flickering on the top of the screen. when I loaded it, but probably nothing wrong. Cool. Great. Cool. I'm happy. Good results. Good results for today. For this already very like tomorrow will be also crazy. But I'm glad that bug is fixed. This project is open source. You can find the link on the GitHub in the description. I don't know why you don't. Is there a link? Do you see it? Yeah, so check out my compute shader skinning thing and animation. But it's ugly code. I soon will start to rewrite a version, so hopefully it will be much more user-friendly and people-friendly, programmer-friendly, because the code now is just very, very bad. So, I think that now I will probably go, because, yeah, I'm going to wake up tomorrow enormously early. For me. Yes, I'm using Linux, Arch Linux. Why should I go insane? It's been a year since what? My sweet water now tastes weirdly. Maybe I am already just tired. The project, I'm writing this project for more than a year. I'm just probably making a YouTube for a bit longer than a year. This is a shame that I haven't celebrated the anniversary. It just happened so quickly. I've started a YouTube in like around a year, but the project, like, it first was a 2D engine on Vulkan, and it was, I was working on it for maybe like a year, I guess. Like very, very slowly, with huge pauses, so when I started to do YouTube, it actually started to be like very structural. Poofs in a small cloud. Oh, thank you. I'm sure that she will be fine. I probably won't be able to write now, not to write update on Discord. So I will definitely write something after I know some info. Okay, guys, I guess that's all for today. I'm super happy that you joined. Thank you very much, and even if it was shifted and not that long, I hope you will have a great, very, very great week, and full of curiosity, in like fun. What else? I want to say so many words, but I have such a small vocabulary. Like, I hope just the week will be great, and we see each other next week, hopefully with some more interesting tasks. So, bye.